Winston Crabb retired 3 years ago as a $50,000 a year equipment technician. During 16 years at National, Crabb says he faithfully funded his 401k plan.
My assumption was that when I got to be 65, well, there would be a large amount of money in there for me to take cash out to put in our bank to utilize for whatever. Well, that didn't work out.
But Crabb's wife, Bess, remembers the market dropping sharply in the 2 years before Crabb retired. So what's your recollection about the maximum amount there was in your husband's 401k?
$120,000. That was our goal. And that's what was there.
And then the market fell.
That's right.
So you lost about half of it.
Oh, we lost more than that because it went down to 45. And we built it back up to 64. And then when the day that he drew out the 401k, it was 52.
52,000.
Yes.
With us now to unveil this week's new issue of Time magazine, Time's managing editor, Richard Stengel. Rick, what are we looking at this week?
Well, we're looking at a subject that is bothering millions and millions of Americans, 70 million Americans to be exact. It is the problem of 401ks and why we need to retire the 401k and why it's not working for millions of Americans. The 401k, as not many people realize, was originally created by Congress as a tax dodge for executives 30 years ago. It was never meant to be the primary vehicle of retirement for Americans, and over the last 20 years, it has become so. And what we've seen over the last 5 years is, you know, if you had $100,000 in your 401k 5 years ago and you had the standard alignment of investments, you'd have less than that now. And what's been a disaster for people with the going into the Great Recession and now coming out of it is that the way the 401k works is that the closer you are to retirement, the less choice you have and the more money you're likely to lose. So people who are retiring were going into their retirement with hardly anything into their 401k.
So, and we hear time and time again people having to work past retirement age, past 65, or some even working into their 70s because their life savings were blown over the past couple of years on 401k.
Right, and in fact there's a quirk in the 401k, which is the closer you are to retirement, the more likely you are to lose money if the stock market goes down because you're putting less money into it. So that's what happened to a lot of people. So we talked to dozens and dozens of people who, you know, who have retired but now have to work. And, you know, originally the 401k was meant to be a supplement to the kind of retirement that you would have, pension plus Social Security. But as so many companies have gotten rid of their pensions, people have depended on the 401k and they've lost out.
Yeah. So what do we do instead?
Well, what we propose instead, and that story is by a young business writer of ours named Steve Gandel, is a insurance pension plan, where instead of paying that money into a 401k, 6% of your salary every week or month, you pay it into an insurance plan that guarantees you a pension.